Do you guys want to do top 5 films of 2025?
Sure.
Let's go.
Um, so Eli I did not watch your on Eli's channel. If people don't know, Dark Hands with Nicole North, you did a top 10 video. I did not watch it, so although
No
I have an
spoilers.
idea, huh?
No spoilers for you then.
Yeah, although I have an idea of like two of the movies that are on there. Yeah, so just like there's really 5 movies that really stood out to me from last year. In terms of like runner ups, Sinners would be like the runner up for me, but didn't quite make it. Sentimental Value with Stellan Skarsgård, the Norwegian movie, which I saw was nominated for Best Picture.
Oh shit.
I thought that was a really good drama. The director has this sort of dark, ironic, comedic bent to his. On one level, it seems like a typical Norwegian family drama, but he has like a weird sense of humor to it that's feels it's not forced in there. And Stellan Skarsgård basically plays like a film director who's a really shitty father, and he tries to he's estranged with the family, and then he tries to hire his daughter, who's an actress, to star in his movie, and then she refuses, and then well, there's a lot of stuff that happened. I'm not going to get into it, but I thought that was really good. And then so the movie that surprised me, just because I think I heard some bad negative reviews, was the Highest to Lowest, the Spike Lee remake of High to Low, which I did reference before. Considering I've seen the original, I thought it had enough like twists and stuff added to it to make it worthwhile as a remake. So those are some runner ups, I guess, for me. So, Eli, if you want to, are there any like runner ups to your top 5 that you want to mention?
Yeah, I'll go with. What did you just name? 3, right?
Yeah, or whatever you want to do. Yeah, 3.
Okay. Yeah. Well, going in order, I guess I'll just do the 3 that came after my top 5. I guess would be, if I can count, The Long Walk would be 1. Really enjoy. You guys all saw that, right?
Yeah, I did. I was kind of mixed on it. I think the problem is that it's just the movie is very simple. So there were a couple of things that annoyed me, but because there's so few elements in the movie,
yeah.
Like the is his name David Johnson? Like his accent, was very off. But he's obviously like a really good actor.
Yeah, because he is. I think he's British in real life.
Yeah.
So you were probably hearing that slip a little bit.
Yeah, that considering he's like talking throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
And then also it seemed like a little too gimmicky, where they're trying to find all these ways for a kid to suddenly screw up and then have to get killed.
Yeah.
It seemed sometimes it worked really well, and sometimes it seemed kind of forced how they came up with these different ways to do it.
Yeah. For me, like I guess I was able to. There were things I had to overlook, but I was able to. But like I kind of got, obviously they're just walking the whole time. So at one point I was like, man, I don't know, I'm kind of getting tired of them just walking on a highway. But I just felt like enough, there was enough that I liked about it to be able to overlook that. And also like the whole long walk in of itself kind of doesn't really completely make sense to me. But I mean, who knows? I've never lived in in a world where people are that downtrodden. I guess you can say that weird things can happen in situations like that. But I'm the whole thing where it's like, oh, it really revives our young men. It gives them morale and stuff. I'm like, how? It doesn't seem like that great of an opportunity to me. But I guess. I haven't read the book. The book might tell you a little bit more too. Maybe the book does a little bit more like world building, because the movie really doesn't. Like you things are fucked up, but you don't really know on what level. I guess it's pretty bad.
It's
Yeah. Go ahead.
That was
I
Scott.
was just with regard to the book. I was just going to say I haven't read in a long time, but I don't remember there being much more detail.
Oh, okay.
It's just here's the situation. That's it.
It's not a super long book, and I only know that because I actually bought it. I haven't read it yet, but I bought it. It's pretty. It's got to be under 300 pages, or maybe around there. It's not like one of Stephen King's 100 pagers. So, yeah. All right. So yeah, The Long Walk. Then I'd go with Begonia, which I know Tom liked. Scott, did you see that?
I haven't. No.
You'd probably like it. Yeah, I guess we pretty much already talked about that one. Last week, or I guess it wasn't last week now, a month ago.
Yeah, I could see Begonia is going to be like you're either on board or you're not, because so I've seen a few people that just hated it that I follow on YouTube or on Facebook, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I actually saw some. I remember seeing some comments. This might be from like the hardcore Yorgos Lanthimos fans, though. I think it was, which I'm not really yet because I've only seen like 2 of his movies. But I saw a lot of people say it was pretty good, but it's not weird enough. I was expecting it to be more weird, and I was like, it's pretty weird, but I guess compared to like Poor Things, it's not, because that movie is way more over the top. So I guess, but I didn't think it was. I didn't walk out of there being like that was a normie story, like.
Well, I think that's part of what makes it so good. I think is that it segues into the weirdness that you don't know. It starts off at this sort of normalcy, and you sort of go into the weirdness.
Yeah.
Rather than being weird from the beginning.
Yeah, because Poor Things, you're just like thrown into this world of it's weird right from the start. You're like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, so then I'll go with my last one was I'd say Sinners also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that.
We've talked about that quite a bit, as has everyone else. I don't think there's much else to say about Sinners at this point. It hasn't been said by everybody.
Yeah. So Scott, is there any runner-ups that you want to mention?
Yeah, a couple. I also wanted to say I have not seen Sinners, and I think I've decided I'm not ever going to see it now because I've just heard I'm sick of even hearing about it, so I don't even want to watch it.
I know how you are.
Well, if you've seen From Dusk Till Dawn, it's like 19. What is it? Takes place in the early 30s or something?
Yeah, I think so. Was it pre World War II? I think it was, wasn't it? Or was it after?
So it's like a 1930s black version of From Dusk Till Dawn with music integrated into it.
A coworker really liked it, and she was telling me about it. And she described a scene where they're like dancing or something, and then it like morphs into a DJ and like shifts to modern day or something, and I can see the scene in my head, and I just thought, fuck off, get away. You're so fucking proud of yourself, fuck you. So
well, yeah, it's like a montage of music throughout the years of different styles of music, also from around the world, but it's not a montage. It's like the camera going around, and then you see a DJ, and then you see Chinese music, and then you see like different types of music.
That scene did throw me off at first, but I think it's just because it's so just vivid and colorful, and it kind of comes out of it kind of comes out of nowhere. It's during a dance scene, but it does kind of come out of nowhere. So it's a cool scene, but I was really like, what is? I guess I didn't understand it at first. It seems pretty simple when you describe it, but at the time I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know why it set me off. I was like, fuck that movie, no.
It's like a montage of different styles of music, except it's done in one shot instead of cutting between different things.
Yeah.
It's so like a camera's roaming around, and then there's it's the period of music and style are changing.
Yeah. Like almost like an evolution, right? I don't know if it goes through time in a linear.
Yeah, so it's like if you go to a museum and like the evolution of man,
Yeah.
exhibit,
Yeah.
but it's music kind of thing.
This isn't helping.
Yeah, but I could see like that pissing off a lot of people. But
Well,
I thought, well, like this is at least different, you know.
yeah, but well, I mean, it fits the movie though. Music is like a super central theme to the story. So I mean, it fits the movie. It's not like they just put a scene in there to just to be artsy or whatever.
You know.
Well, my runner ups are, I think we've talked about both of them, so we don't really have to say anything. Weapons and Friendship.
Okay.
For
Hell
my
yeah.
runner ups.
Yeah, Friendship had the funniest scene of the year for me, and we've talked about that. The toad licking scene that he ends up in the subway fantasy.
That frog ripped me off, little piece of shit.
Yeah. That was amazing. I don't. It's Joachim Trier. I don't think he's related to Lars von Trier. So someone could correct me, but I, as far as I understood, that they're not related. So,
Speaking of Lars von Trier, the next I actually have on my shelf, I'm gonna watch. What's it called? that I think it's his most recent movie, the one with Matt Dillon, Jack or not Jack.
How's the Jack?
the serial killer movie.
Yeah. I've been wanting to check that out for a while. I heard it's fucked up. So
Yeah,
okay.
it's really good. It's you know, it's a hard sell for most people.
That's what I've heard.
Oh yeah, but it's a unique movie. It's not just a regular serial killer movie.
Cool.
Because it's basically like it's a serial killer who's a pretentious philosophizer, so he's always like trying to explain his way into being that what he's doing is moral, basically. So it's a lot of these conversations of him justifying what he's doing.
He thinks what he's doing is like art, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, so it's sort of it's sort of in like a Russian literature way of like Crime and Punishment or Lolita, where it's person explaining their wrong deeds. You know, they can explain it away. It's sort of that, but with a a serial killer.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'd always wanted to see it, and now I'm going to.
Do you know if is there a huge difference between the uncut and theatrical versions?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too, because it comes with both when you buy it.
I don't know. I just saw it on streaming, I think. So it might have been like Amazon Prime so I don't know if I saw the R-rated or.
Yeah. I have the DVD, and it's it's got both. So I was just gonna watch the regular version first, and then I figured maybe a couple years from now, if I watch it again, I guess I'll watch the other one. But I don't know where to start.
Yeah, it might have been like the R-rated version that I saw, because I don't remember it being like super crazy violent or anything.
Maybe I should watch them.
I guess I'll delayed watching it because I can only ever find the R-rated version, and if I'm going to watch it, I'd rather watch the uncut one. But I don't want to just buy it either, so I just haven't watched it at all.
Yeah, because I would have to watch it twice now to be able to point out I guess I could go check Reddit or something. There's probably a Reddit thread that will probably tell us. Yeah, because I don't want to do it.
All right, so my number 5 is Bring Her Back. So when I saw Talk to Me, I did make a comment that the one thing I didn't like about that movie is just it's sort of that premise has been done so many times, because it's basically like a Ouija board movie.
Yeah,
there's a lot of variations on that, but to me, how like their style and how they approached it was really cool and innovative.
Especially for like young dudes, that like with little experience.
Yeah, and to me, it was like this shows their potential, and I hope their next movie is sort of more innovative. And I think this is exactly what I hope their next movie would be, in terms of it's more disturbing, it's more unique.
True.
Yeah, and Sally Hawkins is awesome. She gets the I hope she gets the Oscar for parenting of the year for this movie.
I always liked Sally.
And yeah, it's funny because you asked me about her, and we talked about
The Woody Allen movie. Right?
Happy Go Lucky and the Woody Allen movie. It's very, very different.
Yeah.
She's got range.
Yeah, well, yeah, I watched like a little commentary with the directors, and they said that she's not a horror fan, but she agreed to do the movie. But yeah, she made it clear that she was, you know, she doesn't watch horror. She never really wanted to be in a horror movie, but she liked you know, the script and everything. But yeah, it's always cool when you get actors in a movie that aren't, you know, even a fan of that genre. Not that you have to be, but it's still cool.
Well, that happens a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course it does. Yeah. Hugh Grant probably in Heretic. I don't know. He might like horror stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just always pictured him watching only his own type of movie. Like all he watches is rom-coms.
Yeah, I think he probably just watches like 90s cheesecake videos like Scott. Softcore porn with all his run-ins with prostitutes.
That's true. I forgot he was a sex pest.
Yeah.
A sex pervert.
Anyways, yeah. So, but it's not a movie like I want to necessarily rewatch a bunch of times. But that's almost a compliment, just because it was pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
And considering how jaded I am as a horror fan, there were times where it was like, yeah, you know, doing that. So that's a huge accomplishment to me. So that's why it's solidified in my top 5.
How would you like a movie that's just based on the weird videotapes that Sally Hawkins has? Would you think that was cool, or would that be given it all? Would that ruin this movie?
Like a sequel
or a prequel? Like I know those are dirty words, but I find those videotapes were really cool, and I would definitely want to see more of that shit. Like, and I would want to learn about that cult or whatever, but then you could say that would ruin the movie though, right? But I find myself kind of conflicted there. Now, I'm not saying that anyone wants to make that movie, but I would like to see it.
A found footage spin-off?
Yeah.
That would be cool, I think. It hadn't that occurred to me, but
yeah, because the whole time I watched it, I was like, you do get a good amount of those scenes, but I just want more of those like fucked up, weird, just whatever weird. I think they were speaking Russian, maybe. Like it was creepy.
Yeah, maybe it is on Blu-ray, but they occasionally you'll get on Blu-rays, you'll get like all the stuff that they made for those like movie within the movie, and you'll get more of that as extras.
That's true.
So maybe there's like extra footage of that kind of stuff on the Blu-ray,
like deleted scenes, and okay. That's a good idea.
I've seen that where they just use certain bits of the thing within the movie, and then they have the whole thing on the disc.
Yeah,
as an extra.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, Eli, you're number 5.
Number 5. Let's see. Where pull my phone out here? Glad I didn't delete these notes. My number 5 is Weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We've already talked about that a lot too, so probably not much to add, I don't think.
Yeah, generally, I mean, at least within my little world, like everyone loves it. And I just like parts of it. I think it's just very flawed. The problem is I think the script is very flawed.
Yeah. I think the reason everyone likes it so much, it's just so watchable. It's a very watchable movie, and it's a fun movie. You know, it's the storytelling is pretty fun. I think that's kind of just why it jives with so many people. Because like you said, pretty much across the board, everyone at least liked it, if not loved it. But you never heard anyone dislike it, I don't think.
Yeah, except me.
No, I mean like completely. Like I just didn't like it at all.
Hated it.
Yeah, or like I would never watch that again, or not worth your time. Like you might not watch it again, but it was worth your time at least.
I might watch it again.
Yeah, you might like it more the second time.
Yeah. Okay. Scott, do you have a number 5?
I do. I want to circle back to the Bring Her Back thing. I would rather they don't make that spin-off movie.
I know.
I think it could be cool, but I like it being just kind of a weird,
Yeah.
half unexplained thing that
Yeah.
is part of that world.
The less you know, right? Is
Yeah.
you know, you got to admit, like I think as humans, we always want to know more, but like that doesn't always mean that it makes things better. Because it probably usually makes it less effective when you explain everything away, you know.
So some people wondered how Michael Myers got that way, and then
Yep.
we got Rob Zombie's Halloween, and they're like, "Oh, you happy now, fuckers?"
Yeah. Didn't need to know any of that, did we?
Well, even that started in Halloween 2 when, you know,
It's
there's
true.
like on the chalkboard, the Sam Hain stuff,
Yeah.
and they kept adding on to where they're just sitting around explaining why he's the way he is and the cult and stuff.
And then forgetting what they'd explained, and then explaining things they forgot they'd already explained, and explaining it different in the next movie. Yeah. Anyways,
But all right, sorry to derail again, but my number 5 was Eddington. I just
Cool.
thought it was a shitload of fun,
yeah,
and pretty much made fun of everybody. I thought the plot was silly enough, but there are stakes. You actually do care about some of these goofy characters, and then it goes absolutely bonkers at the end. And I just while praising one movie, I'll throw shade on another one. I thought this was the movie that one battle after another wanted to be, or people say it is. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's a good point. Those are like companion movies. I'd have thought about it that way.
So yeah, Ari Aster has not really missed yet for me. I mean, Beau is Afraid. I thought the first half is definitely better, and so it does kind of lose steam. It's probably too long, but I still did really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm always up for anything he does.
Yeah, me too.
My favorite scene was the Katy Perry scene where the song is playing.
Yeah.
And then that was hilarious, I thought.
It was a pretty funny movie. I like how there were enough lines in there where I'll laugh at it and then I go, wait, was I supposed to laugh at that? And then you have to think about it. Especially in the theater, I'd laughed a couple times, and I remember looking around like, I'm not sure if that was, but I think that was the whole point. Is that it's like it's supposed to make people feel uncomfortable, especially Americans, you know.
Extra points too for casting that overlooked acting genius Pedro Pascal. I was glad to see him get a chance to be in something.
Yeah, you know, someone give this man a chance.
I will say,
I can't complain, but
I like Pedro. I'm not tired of him yet, but I also don't watch everything that he's in. But for me, he always works for me.
yeah, because I know a guy that was in the second Wonder Woman movie, but I never bothered to watch it because it looked pretty bad.
I didn't watch either of them.
Even though I told him, I promise I'll watch it. I was like, fuck this.
No, yeah, I didn't bother to watch either of those. Yeah, fucking.
You both hate women. I see how it is.
No, yeah, the superhero burnout, right?
I mean, if Gal Gadot, if she's not talking in the movie, that's fine. But the problem is, at some point, they're going to have her say something.
Yeah, eventually.
She talks way less in the Fast and Furious movies. You should just watch those.
There you go.
Okay. So my number 4 is Companion, and this is not. I don't know what I expected. I guess I expected like that movie Her, the is that Spike Jonze?
Yes.
Like a Cronenberg horror movie version of that, I guess is what I expected, but it's not really what this is. It's like,
I thought it would be horror too. Yeah.
It's more like a sci-fi thriller, twisty thriller.
Yeah. Comedy, maybe a little bit too.
Yeah, comedy, and it reminded me of like a comedic, like a rom-com version of Terminator 2 in parts.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I didn't. I think the twist really worked in that I didn't know where it was going exactly, even though I guess in retrospect maybe it's a bit obvious.
Oh, well, how do you feel about the trailer? Did you watch the trailer before the movie?
I don't know if I saw the trailer.
Because a lot of people were pissed because they're like, essentially the movie is supposed to keep, like, you're not supposed to walk into it knowing that Sophie Thatcher's a robot, but the trailer shows you that she is. So a lot of people were like, that's kind of bullshit. Like, that essentially, I mean, you could argue that that's not that important, but I think it's kind of cool to not. I think it would have been cooler to walk in not knowing that she was a robot, because they don't tell you right away, you know.
No, it's
Yeah.
like halfway through the movie, right?
Yeah, but they show it maybe not halfway, but like, yeah, maybe a third. It might be like the second act, but,
Yeah, but
why, 20, 30 minutes at least.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the trailer, but even I think from the poster, I think to me it implies that she's
That's
a
true.
robot.
Yeah, she's got like her eyes are white. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that was a false expectation on some people's ends.
Yeah, and there's just like a lot of I think the script is really smart. There's a lot of smart details. So I like, for example, the robot is not programmed. It's programmed so she can't lie to humans. So she changes her language so she speaks German so people can't understand her. As a workaround.
But she's still telling the truth.
Yeah, and that's really, and there's a lot of like really smart stuff in there, and it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then one note, this is a thing that always happens in movies, but I don't think it's a big deal, but where they play this CD, the Book of Love CD, that 80s synth pop band. And this is a thing in movies, especially with needle drops, where they drop it on the first track, but it's actually track 7 that plays. So, and it's like they play that song "Boy," which I think is like track 8, even though they play track 1.
I would not have known any of this, but okay.
Yeah, but this is just a fun fact. Track 1 on Book of Love of what should be playing based on if it was realistic, which it isn't. That song is in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the first song on that CD. So that's just a fun fact.
That's awesome.
But to me, Companion was like the most fun genre-y movie of the year for me. So
yeah, same here. It was a blast. Loved it.
So Eli, you're number 4.
All right, number 4. Number 4 is Together. Did you finally see that, Tom?
I missed it. I did not see this.
Oh, okay.
I should have seen this.
Yeah, you see it, Scott? Together?
No.
Okay, it's another Neon movie. It came out around the time of Weapons, like maybe a week or two, somewhere around there. Yeah, it's a fun, like, I call it a kind of a Lovecraftian story. Like you got this like ancient cult that they don't really go into too much detail because they keep the mystery on that, and so I won't spoil anything, but it does lead to, and it also kind of smartly ties into a kind of like a story about codependency. You got like I think they're married. Yeah, married couple. They've been together forever. Like they're still kind of young, but they've been together since they're kids or whatever. And they're, you can tell that just it's pretty much over. They're in a relationship where they don't really know how to be alone, so they just kind of stay together. They end up moving away to try to improve their marriage, and of course that doesn't work. And they end up getting involved with kind of like this ancient cult. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. But it's got a very Lovecraft feel to me. And it's a body horror movie. So it's got plenty of goopy, gross stuff in it. Dave Franco and Allison Brie.
James brought up Neighborhood Watch. I think I brought that up, and Tom, you hadn't seen it. I don't know, Eli, have you seen it? With
No.
Jack Quaid and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
No.
We both agreed that it's like definitely had some problems, but I enjoyed it. I think it's worth checking out.
Okay.
Kind of amateur detective type movie, and it's more about the two guys and their characters, and I thought they both did a really good job performance wise. So
I always
not
like Jeffrey
amazing,
Dean
but
Morgan.
worth seeing.
Hell yeah.
You're saying it's better than Kevin Smith's Cop Out?
He didn't say that.
I didn't say that. No. Man, that makes me sad. The beginning, the end of Kevin Smith for me. I hung in there longer than a lot of people.
I watched Cop Out and I was like, well, maybe there's a chance.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I didn't
This
watch
is a
those.
big shot.
This, maybe it is as good as 48 Hours. And it was not.
Yeah. On Together, I have not seen it, but it was a trailer on something I was watching, and I just watched like the first 30 seconds. It just looked like a fucking boring millennial relationship drama. I was like, "Fuck this! I ain't watching this."
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Months later, I saw like what it actually was. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the trailer. I might have done the same thing when I first saw it. I might not have been like initially excited, but yeah, I think it was when I learned more about it.
All right, this one I'm pretty confident won't be on either of you guys. I went with the Deathstalker remake.
Nice.
I think it is maybe the most pure fun movie I saw this year. It's practical effects and big old monsters and silly comedy. They cut down on the essay from the original, but quite a bit. There is none. He just Steve Kostanski movie for the Astron 6 guy who did Psycho Gorman and The Void. So those kind of effects that he's kind of known for. And,
I love his stuff. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
And obviously, it's probably not a huge budget, but they spent some money and spent some time on this. It's a really fun one. Yeah. So I rented it. I never spend money to rent anything. I rented it. I watched it a bunch of times while I had it rented, and I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. So highly recommended.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. I will say that I'm Facebook friends with a film critic, and she had it in her top 10.
Really? Okay.
So there are at least a few people out there with some credentials that agree with you.
Man, had I have seen it, it might have made mine too, because I am a big fan of. I just forgot about it. I'm a big fan of Kostanski. His movies are fun.
Around here was at some little art house theater for like 2 shows, and I couldn't make it, and then it was right on VOD. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of people didn't see it.
Yeah, that's when I'll probably pick it up this year for sure.
Yeah, so I heard that Cronenberg's daughter was making a movie, but
I didn't know that. Wow. So he's got Brandon and now Caitlin, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I bet it'll be good. Or not. Or maybe it won't be.
That's a way to narrow it down. It's either suck or amazing somewhere.
Yeah. There's no way it's going to be anywhere in the middle or.
All right, so my number 3 is Train Dreams. This is, I think, the best cinematography of any movie this year. So of course they put it straight to Netflix.
Jesus. Oh my God.
And all this is it's the life of a logger, played by Joel Edgerton.
He's good.
And I guess it starts around, I don't know, the 30s or something.
Oh, cool.
Or that like a lot of it takes place around there. But I really like how it's sort of like I don't know, big picture overview of his life and just like day-to-day logging. And then as the movie goes on, it gets more dramatic and more psychological in terms of you're getting to know the guy and his sort of emotional state. And there's a big thing that happens, which I'm not going to give away. But I love how the movie's like an hour and 40 minutes, and it covers this guy's entire life.
Wow.
So I really like that.
I'm really into the idea.
3 hours long.
Yeah. That sounds awesome, actually.
But yeah, because I just thought it was going to be sort of like a very visual, I don't know, big picture view of this guy's life, but it does go somewhere, um, which I wasn't expecting. So,
Wow.
and yeah, and I saw that it got nominated for Best Picture.
Wow. Cool.
Well, not that I really care that much.
Yeah, but it's still, when you like a movie, it's cool to see it succeed. And that reminds me of did you ever see, I think it came out 2024. Did you ever see Perfect Days, the Wim Wenders movie?
No.
It really reminds me of that. It's a Japanese movie. So you got like this guy who's a janitor, and he almost never talks. He has like very few lines of dialogue in the movie, but you just kind of follow him around and just kind of watch him do like his day-to-day job, and then you slowly, learn more about his life and stuff like that, and like why he became, why he is where he's at and stuff like that. Really, really good movie.
Yeah, it is like I guess observational would be what the word, like it starts observational, but then it gets more into his psyche as dramatic things happen, and sort of emotional, and like, what does this life all mean as he's getting old and stuff. So
Perfect Days, it's not like that. This is like this is like a couple of weeks in this guy's life. Not his life story, but still, real good.
Yeah, so that was my number 3. So Eli.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out. My number 3, I got Bring Her Back.
Okay.
I think we already talked about that, but liked it a lot. Can't wait to see. So I guess the next Filippo Brothers movie, I guess it's going to be Talk to Me sequel. So that might be this year, but I'm excited to see what they do next either way.
Okay. Okay, I don't remember where. So was it Scott's number 3?
I think it's me now. Yeah. You guys both had Bring Her Back, and I didn't mention it yet. It probably should be higher. I think it should be higher, like you were saying, Tom, because it's hard to watch. I think that's why I didn't put it up higher, but that means it kind of works, right? So, yeah, it definitely a noteworthy movie. I just didn't happen to be on my list, so I just wanted to point that out. And now you can laugh at me as I tell you my number 2 movie, The Last Showgirl. Pamela Anderson.
Wait, we're number. Is it number 3?
Number 3, is that what I said?
Oh, you said number 2.
Oh, it's number 3. Yeah, The Last Showgirl.
Okay, yeah, I didn't end up saying that. I didn't want to.
I mean, it's it's not really a plot heavy movie. It's more kind of slice of life. I think I've talked about it in here before, but there's a old-timey showgirl routine or daily show in Vegas, and nobody cares about it anymore. Nobody's coming, so they're shutting it down. And Pamela Anderson is now like the senior showgirl, and this is all she's ever done, and she like naively believed that this was art and this was worth pursuing, and she ruined her relationship with her child and never got married because she dedicated her life to this dumb show that nobody cares about, and now she's gonna have to face what she's gonna do. And so it's her relationship with like the other dancers, a lot of them younger, that have more options. They're still kind of young and hot. She's in her 50s, and not a very fun movie, kind of depressing, but I thought really well done. And it has Batista in it, if you're into that. So, and he does a good job too, like in a serious part.
Is he a dancer too in it?
He does.
So he's like the Magic Mike.
He really shakes it around. He's like the stage manager of the show. So
okay.
He's kind of like the dad figure to the girls.
Okay.
He's a good actor. I've been wanting to see more of him. It's been bumming me out though when he does these like stupid action movies. I'm like, because he does have like some chops, and I want to see him use those. But he's a wrestler. Maybe he wants to do action stuff, or maybe that's probably what they want him to do. Hollywood.
Right. I'm sure that's what pays. Like,
that's.
I just think, who could have imagined that this kind of like serious character study movie about getting older and what have I done with my life would star Pamela Anderson and Batista. But
yeah, that's true. I've heard it's really good.
All right, so my number 2 is very chalk, which I don't pride myself on, but I try to be edgy and edgy outsider guy. But I'm going to go one battle after another. I liked it for all the reasons everyone's been saying. We've talked about it before. I think one really the most impressive thing to me about it is it's 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I'm always complaining movies are too long, and this one to me did not feel too long.
Me either.
I think it's like there's always like just a good combination of humor and then sort of suspense in terms of um, the FBI or cops are going to come after Leo at any point, it feels like. So you're sort of in suspense waiting for those different situations. And then also there's, I think, a lot of thematic things that you can sort of chew on. I do like how it's kind of, I don't want to say vague, but it's not about like a specific time and place or
Yeah.
I think it seems like it's sort of based on the Weather Underground, which was like a late 60s, early 70s leftist terrorist organization. But it's not really of any particular time and place.
Yeah.
And I could definitely see why people wouldn't like that. But I don't know. I think that was ended up being a good approach for the story. And there's a lot of funny scenes. The best being that with the bit where Leo's on the phone and he forgot his password and that whole thing. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I just think there's a lot to chew on, and it's definitely one I want to rewatch. I just saw it once in the theater, but it's definitely something that's I plan on rewatching. So just that alone, I put it near the top.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it too. That's why I didn't review it or anything, because I'm like, I just need more time.
And yeah, and I never did see Inherent Vice, so this is another Pynchon adaptation.
Oh, okay.
And I know, yeah, Scott said he wasn't a big fan of One Battle After Another. And
Sean Penn was so good.
I saw a lot of differing opinions on it. And Sean Penn is really good, even though his sort of approach is kind of weird, but
very weird.
But it sort of makes sense to me in the totality of the movie because, like, where his character goes is sort of in a weird direction.
Mm-hmm.
So he's sort of it makes sense that he's sort of acting in a different way than the other characters.
Yeah.
Based on where it eventually goes. So that's spoiling anything, but.
And another thing I realized that I liked a lot more about that movie that I liked it initially, but I liked Benicio del Toro's, character, the sensei or whatever. I thought he was really good. He's sometimes kind of underrated. He kind of just comes because he just has his way about that he acts, and he sometimes can take you by surprise if you pay attention and like understand his mannerisms and stuff.
Yeah, James was saying he took the Pynchon novel and made it his own.
Oh,
okay, but I haven't read it, so I don't know what the novel's like or anything. So, but
I haven't seen Inherent Vice, and I'm gonna have to see that now too.
Yeah.
All right. Can I provide the dissenting opinion?
Sure.
You said you didn't think it felt that long. I feel like I'm still watching it. Especially the beginning. I don't know how long was like the prologue. Was that like 40 minutes or maybe a half hour before they like get into like what the actual story is now? Like the whole having the baby and her turning everybody in.
I don't think it was that long.
Oh my god. Okay, see it felt for like forever. I fucking hate this movie. But I like PTA, or I have in the past, so I'm gonna stick it out. once it got into the main storyline, I guess I was with it, and I thought that part was a lot of fun. But I don't understand the praising. This is the greatest movie ever made, and then the other side of this is terrible. This is an pro Antifa movie, and I just think both sides are completely missing the point. I don't think it's about. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson is a good writer, as we've seen from all his other movies. Everybody's like the what are they, the French 75 or whatever?
Yeah.
Their goals are so ill-defined, and that can't be a mistake. Like, he didn't forget. I think it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it's intentional. He just left that stuff out. Like,
right.
It's like, so where it's not about whatever their goals are.
And then the antagonists are the Christmas Adventure Club that are literal Nazis. I mean, I thought they were just like cartoon groups going at each other, and that wasn't the point. It wasn't supposed to make any kind of political point. It was just like the background, the situation that Leo's in and his quest. You know what I mean? So that kind of, I mean, that's not really the movie's fault, but it kind of turned me off. That became like this political purity test. Like, if you liked or didn't like this movie, it meant you were this or that kind of person. And my take on it, I guess, is wrong, because I thought, what's her name, Perfidia or whatever, she's a fucking terrible person, and she's like a cancerous person. And yeah. I thought that was kind of the point. I thought I was missing the point, because that's kind of why I hated the beginning of it. And then I was like, oh no, she's awful, and that's kind of the point of it. Leo's in love with her, but she's terrible. And then we get to the, we get to like kind of almost her redemption with the letter to her daughter. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm not supposed to think that. I don't know. I was left more wishing it was more like a 90-minute movie of like the chases and antics and Benicio del Toro being cool, and everything around it. I just kind of turned me off. I don't know. I thought I didn't think it was that political of a movie, and people are taking it that way. So I don't know. I'm in the middle of it. Like, I hate half of it, and I really like half of it. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think it's intentionally depoliticized. So
it's not being taken that way, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think it's relatively depoliticized based on what the material is. Being that they don't really explain what the sort of policy or goals that they're working towards, and that has a way of just focusing on the characters and their goals rather than why they're doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think, yeah, that has a way of depoliticizing, but you could still interject kind of anything you want into it. And I've heard different, opinions of what this or that means. But to me, like the Leo and his group and what's her face, I can't remember her name. To me, they're sort of like it's not saying like these are heroes that are going out there and fighting the good fight the good way. Like, these are a bunch of fuck ups that are not going about this the right way. That's kind of how I took it. But
okay. So I think we're on the same wavelength, and I just felt like I was never hearing that opinion. So I'm just like, am I crazy? Like, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say like it's I don't know. It's not trying to necessarily judge them it's not trying to judge Leo as a bad person necessarily. But to me, it's presenting him as just, generally just a fuck up. Like, maybe if you knew what his policy stuff was, you would say, well, he has some good ideas, or but he's going about things the wrong way, and life in general, parenting, everything, alcoholism.
Yeah, trying to balance it out, trying to balance everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably hard to be an activist and a dad. Like,
Yeah, and
or a good one.
and
A
just
good one.
work-life balance, you could say, like he's fucked that.
Yeah, work-life balance.
But to me, that's
Yeah.
part of what I liked is a part of the comedy and the sort of if you're that much of a fuck up, all these the cops can show up or all these bad things can happen at any point because you've fucked
Yeah.
everything up. So
Mhm.
it sort of makes it exciting to me and funny.
Yeah.
Um,
It was funny. Had some funny
yeah,
lines.
and maybe I'll have a different sort of because I didn't really know what it was and before I watched it, so maybe I'll have a different
Yeah, same here.
opinion if I rewatch it.
Oh,
So I think Eli, you're up with your number 2.
Yeah, number 2, Companion. Yeah, it was actually, this is the movie that like bounced around. It was my number 1 for like the majority of the year. It pretty much was my number 1 for the longest time, and it got overtaken by one movie, but yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, I just loved it. It's just a lot of fun. I find it actually like rewatchable, and it's a fun movie to show other people, to have them watch, and like everyone I've showed it to so far really likes it, and it's I don't know, it was just kind of like a perfect movie for me, just from front to back. I just kind of liked it. Really like Sophie Thatcher. I'd like to see her do more weird stuff like this. I'm afraid that she'll get sucked up into the, as she gets more famous, she'll get sucked up into Hollywood and do all the Hollywood shit. But I would like to see her do more like this Neon level stuff.
Yeah, it seems like
But we'll see.
she can be the A24 it girl.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens.
totally. Yeah, she's only like 23 or 24 or something.
Really?
So she's still super young. Yeah. Yeah, that's my number 2.
All right, Scott.
Can I spoil what Eli's number 1 is?
I think I know what it is. I bet I can guess. But let's not spoil.
Yeah,
Maybe the audience, maybe James is.
You know what? I'm gonna write it
edge of
down,
the seat.
and then for the big reveal, we'll show that I was.
I feel like Scott definitely knows. Tom probably.
I think
does, so.
I do know what it is.
Yeah, I think.
So
So.
let's get the audience. Maybe they're on pins and needles and the edge of their seat, waiting to learn. Don't spoil.
All right, I'm just stalling because my number 2 is also Companion. So, I liked it a lot too, guys, and everybody's already talked about it. I guess I'll throw in that Jack Quaid as like a dickhead was really threw me. I was like, you keep Jack, not Jack. He's always the nice boy. So
I know.
but he did a great
I
job.
know. It was funny to see him just be a total prick.
Yeah, but yeah, but I think he nailed like the in between being charming and funny and being just horrible. Like I got to a few
Toxic, yeah.
points where like, oh my god, I can't listen to this guy anymore. But then he would say something funny and he would get me back.
Yeah, I like Jack Quaid. He's cool.
All right, are we at number 1?
Yeah.
My number 1, and I talked about it before, is Begonia. So I thought it was very smart, very funny, and I just love how it built towards its crazy sci-fi twist. And I love how it's very dialogue based, but it's still a sci-fi movie with a lot of interesting ideas. Like it's one of the coolest sci-fi movies of the year, even though it's like a lot of dialogue in a basement.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I just thought it was hilarious. And I think I don't know if I think Emma Stone got nominated, but I want Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone to both win actor and best actress at the Oscars. That's the only thing I'm rooting
That'd be
for.
sweet. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Isn't Jesse Plemons married to Kirsten Dunst? Am I right
I
about
don't
that?
know.
I thought that's what I remember.
Good on him. That's
But yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, seriously. They look like they could be a couple together. They look like I don't know, they would just go together.
And yeah, so Begonia. I think I'm gonna buy this at some point. Didn't rewatch it.
I'd like
I
to.
saw it in the theater. I
Yeah.
haven't rewatched it. So
That ending is so wild. Obviously, I'm not going to say anything about it.
yeah,
But
and
it's crazy.
I need to watch the original. I still haven't seen it. The original Cream, Save the Green
Yeah,
Planet.
me too. Yeah, yeah. I really want to. All I read is that the Save the Green Planet is even crazier. I can't remember if it said the whole movie or just the ending, but I remember reading that it's even more wild than this one.
Okay. And Poor Things was my favorite movie of 2 years ago, I think it was. But
I liked
I've
it.
not seen every Yorgos Lanthimos movie. I did not see The Lobster or The Favorite. And maybe there's another one I haven't seen, so maybe that's something I should do at some point, is check out all of his other stuff.
I heard The Lobster's really good.
Yeah, because I loved Killing of a Sacred Deer. Is that the name of it?
I've heard that was good too. Yeah. I meant to see that. I still haven't.
Yeah, and then Dogtooth is really good. That's his first movie.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've heard that's good.
Begonia. So Eli, you're number one.
Number one, what could that be? Probably Friendship.
I knew it.
I guessed wrong.
I can't see it.
The Housemaid.
Herb,
much.
put it up again.
The Housemaid.
Put it up
I guess
again,
the
Scott.
I was just kidding.
Is that wishful thinking?
Yeah, it's too
Wishful
bright.
thinking.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Friendship. Yeah. I've just become such a big Tim Robinson fan. Like, I liked Detroiters back when it came out, and then I kind of forgot about it. Like, I watched it, I was like, this is awesome, and then I forgot about it and watched it for like 5 or 6 years, and then I Think You Should Leave came out, and then Friendship, and now Chair Company, and I'm just like, oh my god, let's not. I just hope that Tim. I'm glad Tim Robinson's getting bigger, but I hope they don't like spread him too thin. I hope we don't get to the point where it's like, oh, okay, now he's not funny anymore. That's gonna break my heart. But for the time being, I think he's got it. So I'll watch anything he's in.
Yeah, I actually like the Chair Company even more than Friendship, which I guess I wasn't expecting.
It's really good.
He's a little
really
easier to take. I mean, it's a series, so he can't be so freaking out there. But
yeah, he's more of a regular guy.
he's definitely weird and has his own things going on. But you can see why he might have been able to get married. Whereas in Friendship, you're like, how did he ever get married?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Chair Company's great. I guess it's already been okayed for a second season, so that's for sure happening.
So of course, my number one is The Housemaid. No, not really. No, it is. If you want to see a trashy thriller, you could do worse. I think it's a fun movie, but
I agree.
Not really top 10 material. My number one is Life of Chuck, which I don't think is getting much traction from what I've seen, but and I've talked about it before. It's just it's sappy and it's sentimental. And I don't care. I think it's a great movie. Oh. It brings me to tears every time. I watch it a bunch of times now.
I feel like I might really like it more if I watch it again, because I love Mike Flanagan, and I didn't hate it by any means, but yeah, I just felt like I definitely didn't. I guess I didn't connect with it like I wanted to, but I think it still could happen.
Yeah, I think a repeat watching could help too. I don't know, for some reason it didn't throw me. I was kind of into it for the first time, but I can see how it can be. Just the structure of it can be disorienting too. I watched it with my parents. And I can't. It's one of those movies I don't want to really say anything if you haven't seen it, but I'll just say that my mom totally did not understand the first section because we're almost done with the movie, and then she brought something up, and I was like, oh no, yeah. Okay, when it's over, I'll explain to you what happened. So. But yeah, I think if you're a Mike Flanagan fan, I think definitely check it out. It's kind of in line with the kinds of things he does lately. So that's my number one.
I did like how it had like different. Every scene had like a different feel. Like it was almost a different movie, because they're different characters and stuff. I did like that. I actually especially liked the first scene, the one that your mom didn't like.
Oh, she liked it. She just
I don't know. I like the vibe.
didn't quite understand.
Yeah,
how
what's
it
going
fit.
on? That's fair. No, that's fair. It is because every scene is so different. It is that might be jarring for some people, but yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely need to
James
watch it.
just he brought up the book there, and I saw the movie first, so that's kind of not really fair. Usually, whatever you experience first, you like more. But I thought it worked much better as a movie than the novella or whatever that it started out as.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting. How long is the novella?
Not like 100 pages, something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It's basically there's not much difference, but
okay,
I think the performances really bring the story up.
cool.
Yeah, so it made James' list. My mom also really liked it, and she recommended it to me, and I still didn't end up watching it. So I'm a deadbeat.
I don't
It
watch movies
happens.
mom likes.
It happens.
So you and my mom have the same taste on movies.
Maybe we should hang
Oh,
out.
From the top down.
Yeah. She's super into 90s softcore porn, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned
Yeah, yeah. I figured she was big Skinamax
Only we're
fan.
closer in age.
that.